learn how to create a certification and why it's important. A certification is a comprehensive overview of what you're asking the court to rule on. It has details of your case, reasons why the court should rule in your favor, and exhibits that prove what you're saying is factual. The benefits also include organizing the filing to make it clear and concise for the court, and it makes exchanging discovery, the evidence that you have, a lot more efficient. Because remember, all you have to do is give your discovery, your evidence to the opposition and to the court. The components you need to file your certification are going to be a cover letter, a confidential litigant form, the motion documents that you intend to file, a certification with your exhibits, proof of mailing. The tools you're going to need are a computer, a printer scanner, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Publisher, and a snipping tool. The documents above, I'll make sure that I have a fill in the blanks for you, so all you have to do is fill in the blanks for your case, and I'll go over that here shortly. Okay, so here are our certifications. Before I go through them, I just want to give you an outline quickly. So you'll see three tabs open right here. The first tab right here is my initial filing certification. So what happens is when you file and you make a certification, you get to make your case. The second filing here is their response to my case. So I've made my case to enforce litigants' rights, essentially to enforce the court order. They have made a rebuttal here, and then I have then rebutted their rebuttal. So again, the way this works is I file, the opposition gets one opportunity to respond in a certification, and then I get to respond to their response. If this was the opposition who filed, this would be the opposition's. This would be my one opportunity to rebut the opposition, and then this would be their opportunity to rebut my rebuttal. All right, so let's get back to the first certification. I've marked and redacted everything that's identifying out. So we're first going to go down. This just happens to be a certification to enforce the court order. I'm just going to let you read this yourself, but what I want to focus on are my arguments, the violations, and the exhibits. So you'll see I've listed each of my violations on this page down to 16, and each violation corresponds to an exhibit just to prove my case. So this person refused to add me to the birth certificate, see exhibit 1 and 2. So when you go down, you'll see the rest of my filing here. I'm just going to show this to you. And of course, you have to date and sign this here. But when you go down, you'll see exhibit 1 and you'll see exhibit 2. And here, this just happens to be a court order. So the court order clearly states that I'm to be added to the child's birth certificate within 30 days. And then you'll see exhibit 2 in different dates, of course. So this was in 2021, this court order where she was supposed to add me to the birth certificate. And then you have in 2022 where we come down and they order it again because she still didn't do it. So this is just a court order that I'm using as an exhibit. And then I'll keep scrolling down. This is a text message, a screenshot of a text message conversation. So you can see that, unfortunately, blank is quite sick and unable to visit today. And my rebuttal, I'm not okay with this. It should be here at 1. I'll keep track of this for the record. There's the conversation, but this just proves my argument, exhibit 3. So if we come down to exhibit 4, again, this is just another text message conversation. Exhibit 5 is a text message conversation. 6, is a text message conversation. Exhibit 7, a text message. So I'll just finish going through this. Exhibit 8, you'll see this is actually a pediatrician's doctor's notes. So this just supports my other argument above. So I use the pediatrician's note to support my argument, and then of course more text messages. And then I use this. This is just an article. Usually articles really are not admissible in court, but you could just use it to support your argument against them and showing the alienation. All right. So now we're going to go to their response. And this is a really good outline, by the way. I'm not trying to say that their response was good at all, but you can see their response here is their cover page. The cover page is showing what is a part of this application. So this cover, it's like a packet. So we have these parts in this cover page here: proof of mailing, certification with attachments, and proposed order. This proposed order is not necessary. This is more of a professional thing. And then filing. So I will show you a blank outline for this so that you can do it yourself. So you first have your cover page, and then you have your motion that you're trying to file. So from your motion, and then you go down to the confidential litigant form. So it doesn't matter the order that you put them in, but I'm going to give you an order just so that you have direction. And then you have their certification. All right, and I'll let you again read through their certification. Theirs is more there's more paragraphs, and you'll see they don't have an exhibit for every accusation or for every rebuttal, but you will see that they do highlight their exhibits as well. So you will see that they're also referring to exhibits. Whether you say one or B's or letters, or it's not necessarily that important yet. So I'll let you continue to read through. If you want to read this, you're more than welcome to pause. But I just want to get down to their exhibits here, and you'll see Exhibit A just happens to be this this document here, and then we'll go down, and Exhibit B is doctor's notes. So this is like on a prescription pad, by the way. So they're using a doctor's prescription pad as an exhibit here as evidence. So we have prescription pads, and and of course they're using court orders as well. Their argument is that I've been filing so much that I'm basically harassing her through filings, according to them and their accusations. But not all of these are filings. A lot of these are just return dates and the court orders changing. But don't worry, we definitely won this case, hands down. So I will show you that transcript and that court order at some point. If you want to read any of this, you're more than welcome to pause. But again, I just wanted to show you each of the exhibits and the different types of exhibits they're using and I used as well. And so this is just another aspect because another law firm was involved because of accusations or criminal charges, I should say, against the other parties. And then again, these are just text messages. Not every way you make try to use text messages is always the best format, and obviously you can see this doesn't seem like a very good format. She just like put this in a scanner, like a copy of it, and then she put things over top of it. But I'm going to show you a way cleaner way of creating evidence. Ours is definitely way better than them. Not to brag. And of course you can see like they're using pictures and my business specifically as a rebuttal. So you can use pictures, and this is like Facebook. This is social media that they're trying to use. So there's a lot of ways and a lot of things that you can use as evidence in your case here. And this is actually where she's asking for me to pay her attorney's fees. This is very, very normal. So they're asking to pay attorney's fees. So this is an attorney docket or sorry, filing. You will, if you're representing yourself, you will not be asking for attorney's fees. But I'm sure at some point you're able to ask for some kind of fees if you're able to get into court. And this is just like a breakdown of what she's trying to say, how she was charging her client. And I'm just going to keep going, like, just to be very transparent with this. And here's the proof of mailing. So the proof of mailing is going to be important too, so that you can send this, when you send this to the court, they believe that you actually did mail this. And I will have a blank document for you to fill out. So all you have to do is fill in the blanks for this for yourself. And now here is my response. And as you can see, my response does have a cover page. My initial one did not have a cover page, but and the only reason for that is because this was actually amended. My initial filing did have a cover page. However, this was an amended one, and I wanted to give you the more accurate certification because that's really what this video is about. So now you see this one having the cover page and what is actually in this certification here. So you'll see that we labeled everything that's in here. So this is the cover sheet right here, and then you'll go down. We did the proof of mailing here at the top. So as long as the proof of mailing and all of these documents are together, that's all that's fine. But I will give you a format. And now here's your confidential litigant form. So I always put this like first because this essentially is you in the case. And then you put the motion that you're filing down here. So this is a cross application because we're responding. So then you'll just kind of scroll through and uh, so you have your application form here. And then we have our certification response as well. So now you'll see now I have more of a paragraph form, and then you can see I'm still referencing exhibits. So here's my paragraph form, exhibit 2 here. Like I said, I'm going to still go through each of these. And each of my arguments I'm trying to reference just so you can support your argument. So you want to continue to try to reference. The more evidence that you have, the better. It's just very important to document absolutely everything when you're going through a situation like this. It's just very unfortunate. So here's the end of my certification. Again, you can just pause to see any of this. So now you can see I used emails. So this is my initial email to the other person, and they basically all they want is child support. They don't really want anything, and which is I think a very valuable response for us to show that like she's not trying to do a best interest situation. Another email. It's been so long since seeing my child, a continuation email, just me pointing out that I'm trying to be amicable. So again, these are exhibits with emails. I've shown a parenting plan to show that I'm trying to create a parenting plan moving forward to make parenting much easier and efficient and to get out of court. Again, I just use another email here, another email there. And then, my exhibit 2 is, this is just an email between, her attorney and my attorney about how uncooperative she's being even with her own attorneys. But again, just an email nonetheless. And now, of course, using court orders to just anything you can use to support your argument. Anything official is good. Emails, court orders, text messages. And these are correspondences with now her new attorney. Here we go. So again, text messages. And this is a court transcript. So I use the court transcript as evidence to show the rebuttal to their argument here. And then another transcript to show, this is her response towards me. Just using multiple transcripts from court. And then, of course, we use another email from her attorney. Again, if you guys want to just read through this, you're more than welcome just to pause. I just wanted to describe all of the exhibits and how a transcript works and the format. So now I'm going to show you the documents, and I'm going to show you how you should lay everything out. So here are our documents. Our first document is the cover letter. There will be a link for this for you so that all you have to do is open it up. The red is fill in the blank. It's very important that you put your full name here, your home address, city, zip, and don't leave it red. Change it back to black. You're going to do the same thing with each of these red parts. So everything that you see in red, you want to make sure that you put everything that fits your case. All right, so plaintiff's last name, which is most likely, you, probably the one filing, defendant's last name, your docket number. Remember, change everything to black. Do not leave any of this red in any capacity. The red is just to show you where you need to edit. Then we're going to go to the actual certification template. The same thing. Everything red, just fill in with your information, and then you're just going to make it black. Everything red, black. This is where you're going to say, like, your full name. Again, make everything black. And you'll make your argument, your body right here. Everything here on the bottom should move down. And, so this is your space to make your argument. And, you'll have to add your exhibits after this. Once you fill this out, you have your argument here. You'll date it and you'll sign it. Okay? And then after this one, you have your proof of mailing. Again, everything in red, fill in to match your case, match you and who you are. You're going to turn it all back to black. Don't leave it red. And then you're going to do your full name and type here. Oh, but I just wanted to come back to the certification part. When you're here at the certification, it should be double spaced. So again, you need to be familiar with Word in order to make sure that you're typing your argument and making it double spaced. So now we're going to attach our documents. Here's our confidential litigant form. Just make sure you fill everything out to the best of your ability, everything that you know. You're going to date it and sign it. You want to make sure all the dates match with all of your documents so that everything is uniform, it's all matching. You may have to print this out, sign it, and then scan it back in. And then you have your motion. So this is the motion form, the application for your motion. I'm actually just using an application for modification as an example. This is just an example. You want to make sure that you're using the correct motion. So if you are using an application for modification, then of course this is the correct one. But if you're using a different application, you're asking the court for something completely different, make sure you're using the correct motion form. All right. Fill everything out up here to the best of your ability. And then when we get down to here, you are then going to make sure you do all the appropriate boxes. So the box that you want to make sure you're checking off is this one right here. It says check this box if you're attaching additional information, a certification, and exhibits. And that's exactly what we're doing today. So now we're getting to the construction of our certification. So you're going to take all of your finished, filled out documents. I'm going to use blank documents as an example. All right, and we need to import them into Microsoft Publisher. So all I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a new snip tool. So we're using the snip tool here. If you have a Windows computer, just search. It's a part of Windows. You're going to then snip. You're going to drag and frame here, like it's almost like cropping. You're going to right click and you're going to copy. Then we're going to go into Publisher. We're going to click our blank document here. We're going to right click and we're going to go paste and just fill this up into the page to make it look like a full page. And so now we have page 1. So we have the cover sheet as page 1. Now we're going to go into page 2, which is going to be our confidential litigant form. So we are then going to, again, like I said, I'm just going to use blank pages at the moment. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to pull up my snip tool. We're going to go to new. And we're just going to highlight our confidential litigant form here. That's already filled out, by the way. It has to be filled out. So make sure you're doing this with a filled out form. So now we go back into Publisher here. We right click and we paste it. And we'll just put this into our frame. There we go. And again, notice page 1 is your cover page, everything that's involved, a part of this packet. Here's your confidential litigants form. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the motion now. So we're going to add our motion. So we're going to go to here. We're going to go up to the pages that the motion starts, which is on this one just happens to be page 13. It's just this application part here. We're going to open up our snip tool. We're going to go to new. We are then going to just frame. So I don't want that. So we don't want to save it. So I have to go back into my snip tool here, snipping tool. We're going to go to new, and we just want to frame that page here. You're going to have to do this for each page. So we're going to go right click, copy, and then we're going to go back into our publisher document, click on this next page. You might have to keep adding pages in order to accommodate, and you're just going to add this here. You're going to do this with every single document. So here's the first application, the first part for the motion. But I have actually already finished this for you guys so you can see. So page 1 is the cover sheet. And you'll see page 2 is the confidential litigants form. Page 3 here is the application for the modification, which is the motion. So the next part is the motion. The motion just happens to take a bunch of pages here. So you'll see it keeps going down. And then now here's your certification. This certification, again, I just used a blank part of it. You're just going to insert your certification. Your certification might be 40 pages like you saw in the examples before. So you're going to have to do this for every single page, importing this into Publisher just so that's all organized. Again, you'll use a page for each of your exhibits. So if your certification is 40 pages, that'll also include your exhibits. And then your proof of mailing here. I was just using blank documents at the moment just to show you guys the format, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is in Publisher. And once you're done, you just go to File, Save As. You're going to say wherever you want to save it. Let's just save the desktop here. desktop, and then you save it as a PDF right here. Boom. Once you have saved it as a PDF, now you'll be able to upload this and file this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the JEDS portal. Again, I'll put the link down below if you don't know how to do this yet. So the link will be down below. You click the link, you log in. Once you log in, you'll come to this portal. You're going to click this link right here, the document submission. You're going to go to create a filing. It's going to be Superior Court. You're going to just identify this as you. The court is going to be family court. And the docket type, again, if this is not related to divorce, it's a child, whether you're married or you're unmarried, but you're not divorcing, you're going to click this first option. If you are divorcing, you're going to click this part right here. So never married, I'm going to click this. I'm in Monmouth County, so I'm going to click here. And the filing category, again, normally this is a motion, but there's no category for our motion. All they care about is that $25 filing fee. So you're going to go to post disposition, and you'll see that technically I was just showing a motion for modification, but everything is a $25 fee. So you can just click this part right here. And regardless of the motion at the moment, mine just happens to be a $25 fee. You'll just know on the application for your motion what the fee is. You just click next. And then you're going to go ahead and do your case number here, and you'll go through this process, and you just keep going. Your case will come up, and then you're good. You just submit if you pay the $25. And after you have submitted this to the court, you absolutely have to mail this to the other party. So if the other party has an attorney, you mail this to the attorney. So you send it regular mail, you send it certified mail, and you also can email it to them as an additional record. All right. So the more you're doing it, whether it's mail, certified mail, you have to do that no matter what, mail and certified, and then email it to them is just to cover your butt there. However, if they are pro se, you have to regular mail it, certified mail it to them personally, and email it to their personal email. If this video helped you in any way, please like and subscribe. I'd love to get any feedback, so you can leave any comments that you have or any questions that you have in the comment section, and or you can message me. Just remember, learn, adapt, and overcome.